26 knots down the Eagle. 106 interval is a Rhino at 5. Good. 207 on glide path on course 1 mile. Good. 207 on glide path on.
On the 20th of January 2011, the Panamanian-owned Malaysian-operated chemical tanker, the MV Bunga Laurel, was passing through the Gulf of Aden for Singapore with an armed escort provided by KA Bunga Lima, an auxiliary support vessel of the Royal Malaysian Navy. Sailing together throughout the day, the two ships, at approximately 1800, reached the Arabian Sea, where it was determined that the tanker was safe from any pirate attacks, and so the Bunga Lima detached from the Bunga Laurel to link up with and escort another Malaysian-operated vessel that was passing through the region. However, a little over an hour later at 1925, the captain of the auxiliary ship, Commander Nasri Sharif, received a distress signal from the chemical tanker. Commander Nasri Sharif later recounted, "The Bunga Laurel's captain radioed us saying there was an unidentified boat getting close to the vessel, and we immediately turned back to link up with the tanker, but the captain called us again saying the pirates are already on board. When I heard this, my heart sank." In total, 18 pirates were involved in the attack, with 7 of them, all armed with AK-47s, having boarded the tanker from a small boat that had been put to sea from our larger mother ship that was crewed by the other 11 pirates, who were likewise equipped with AK-47s, in addition to RPGs. Although the tanker had razor wire surrounding its deck, which was meant to dissuade or prevent any pirate attacks, the 7-man boarding party were able to brush this aside and storm onto the ship, with the bridge being secured by around 1940. By this time, the 23-man crew, following maritime procedures in the event of a hijack, had turned off the ship's lights, shut down the engines, and locked themselves into a secure compartment near the engine room, where they sat waiting for any developments. Meanwhile, KA Bunga Lima was sailing at full speed towards the area and soon got eyes on the tanker, as negotiations for a peaceful resolution to the situation were underway between the pirates and the Malaysian authorities. However, when it became apparent that the hijackers couldn't speak English and were not cooperating with the negotiators, Commander Nasri Sharif was given authorization by the Malaysian High Command to launch a military operation to retake the vessel, which was to be codenamed Operation Dawn 8, Gulf of Aden. Subsequently, at 20 minutes past 8 in the evening of the 20th of January 2011, 14 Malaysian commandos from the Pasukan Kas Laut, or more commonly known as PASKAL, which is the Special Forces unit of the Royal Malaysian Navy, loaded up onto 2 rigged inflatable boats and headed for the Bunga Laurel. Simultaneously, a Commando sniper team boarded the auxiliary ship's onboard Fennec Helicopter from the Navy's 502nd Squadron and took off to provide aerial support to the operation. Flying out towards the target area, the helicopter's crew spotted the mothership of the hijackers, which they identified to be manned by the 11 pirates. Hovering above the boat, the Malaysians issued several warnings for the group to leave the area, before the commandos opened up with a helicopter-mounted machine gun as well as their own sniper rifles to try and force away the pirates, who not only responded with AK-47 and RPG fire, but also attempted to make a dash for the chemical tanker in a bid to reinforce their colleagues. This attempt didn't go well, however, as the weight of the fire being poured onto the pirates by the Malaysians was so heavy that the former altered their course and began to withdraw from the region, with some reports claiming that casualties were sustained amongst the 11 pirates, although this cannot be said with certainty as the boat was never seen from again. At the same time as the helicopter contingent dealt with the mothership, the 2 rigged inflatable boats carrying the 14 PASKAL Commandos began to make their final approach to the hijacked tanker, whilst KA Bunga Lima was manoeuvred into a position parallel to the vessel, from where its crew could provide machine gun support to the boarding operation. Upon reaching the Bunga Laurel, the Malaysian assault force, which was split into 2 teams, each consisting of 7 commandos, scaled up the side of the tanker from their small craft and established positions on the ship's deck, from where they received small arms fire from the 7 pirates, who were holding out in the area of the bridge. What followed was a firefight that lasted several minutes and resulted in 3 of the hijackers becoming wounded, and the remaining 4 pirates laying down their rifles and surrendering to the Malaysian commandos. Moving forward, one of the commando teams secured the bridge of the tanker and apprehended the pirates, whilst the other team of 7 commandos made their way below deck and conducted a thorough search of the tanker for any additional threats, prior to releasing the 23-man crew from the secured compartment. Eventually, by 2200 on the 20th of January 2011, just 3 hours after the initial pirate attack had begun, The MV Bunga Laurel was back in Malaysian hands and given the all clear to resume its voyage to Singapore the following day, thus bringing a successful end to Operation Dawn 8, Gulf of Aden.